Welcome to Daily UI Challenge. Today is day 12 and the challenge is to design e-commerce shop single product page. We have already created our wireframe and we will be only focusing on UI design side in Figma. So let's quickly analyze our wireframe. At the top we have navigation bar and hero section, product detail, customer reviews, our related products, and at the bottom we have sticky footer for product name, price, and add to cart button. So this is our structure we need to focus and keep in mind while creating our UI design. Okay, so let's start and create artboard. So for artboard we need to select frame tool by hitting F key on the keyboard, and as we can see here is we have web presets and we will select desktop presets. Okay, so let's click, and next let's quickly rename by pressing command R and quickly rename. So let's make it day 12 single product page. Okay, and next we need to create layout grid. So for the layout grid we need to select and click on plus, click on grid and make it column, and next we need to make it 12 column 5. For margin we will be using 128 and 32. So this is our layout grid. Now it's time to create our design system. First we will create our design system like colors, typography, and also some UI elements like button, etc. And then we will start designing our page. Okay, so now as we can see I have choose a few colors and these are the color we will be using in our project. So let's quickly create styles from these colors. Okay, and as you can see the first one is white, so it is good practice to keep both in your color palette. Okay, so select white and inside fill just click on these 4 circles and click on plus. Here in the name we will properly name each color. So white, create style, or style is created. Now select neutral color, click on these circles plus, and this is neutral. We will be using this color for background, so neutral. This is our primary color, so let's rename this deep green. This one is warm brown. It is good practice to assign each color a separate specific name instead of generic name. Okay, so this one is dark, we will be using for text, and this one we will be using for rating, assign it yellow. Okay, so as we can see we have created our color palette from this color and we will be using this color palette. So now let's simply delete this or keep it, so just simply trash this. And now it's time to create typography system for our design, and then we are ready to start. Okay, so let's create typography scale. For the typography let's zoom in and we are here, so select text tool and let's type some text, for example headings, and let's see. Okay, so for the typography so we will be using this font, and for the sizing let's make it 18. So this is our base size. Also for the body we're using Sora, this font, and 18. Okay, so this is for the body and this is for the headings. And now we are going to use plugin, so command / and this plugin type scale we will be using for our typography scale. So here from the drop down we will select perfect 4, and for the upper scale make it 3, and for the lower make it 0, and also round the nearest whole pixel. Okay, and select headings. And as we can see we need one more style, so let's quickly regenerate again, and instead of 3 first we need to select our scale and make it 4. For the downsize make it 0, round heading, and create scale. Okay, and this is looking perfect. Now let's add some spacing. Now let's add for the body. For the body we are going to use 1 up and 1 down nearest whole pixel. Okay, so this is our body. We don't need this h, and let's round the number. Okay, so as we can see here is 57, so 57 is close to 60, so let's make it 60. Let's quickly rename this, so h1 60px. Now it is easy for us to understand. Okay, so h1 is 60, h2 let's make it 44, so h2 will be 44px, and h3 is fine, so let's leave it h3 32px, and h4 will be 24px. Okay, so these are headings. Now let's adjust body. So this one will be body large, body reg, and body small. Let's select all these and assign proper color. So this dark color we will be using for typography. Select, assign this color. Okay, and now we are ready to create style from these. So let's select the first h1 and click on these four circle, click on plus and create h1, h2, h3, h4. This one is body large. We have created our headings and body, and I think we don't need these styles anymore, so let's delete this. And as we can see, we have now typography and color system, and we are ready to start our designing. This is the main frame. We need to make it, instead of white, let's make it neutral. So we will be using this color for our landing page. And now we need to select our text tool by hitting T key on the keyboard, and let's type our logo name, so which is nature seat. And let's change, make it h3. For the color we will be using this dark color, and this is our logo. Now let's type our nav item. So for the nav item we need to type home. This one will be body regular, make it dark. This one is shop, about, contact. Now select all these four items and press shift A on the keyboard to convert this to auto layout. For the spacing, let's try make it 48. Select the first one, and inside typography let's unlink this and make it bold. Change the color to this deep green. Now we need cart icon here, so select frame again, click 100 by 100 frame is created. So we need to make it 48 by 48 and make it fully round, so 99 is perfect number. Let's make it green color. Select now these three items and convert it to auto layout, center line. Okay, and this is looking perfect. Now we need cart icon, so I will be using this plugin, feather icons, for icons, and select our icon. Let's type cart, and as you can see here is cart. Let's use this bag icon. Select and command X, paste, command V. Now select and make it this color. So instead of white we will be using this color. So this is our navigation bar. Let's properly align it, so make it 48 from the top. Okay, so after navigation bar, now it's time to create our hero section. So for the hero section, as we can see, on the left side we have product image, on the right side we have product name, description, price, and two buttons. So let's work on this section. Turn on grid by shift G and select rectangle tool by pressing R key on the keyboard and click 100 by 100 rectangle created. Now press shift and let's make this 5 column long, so 474 by 474. Okay, let's make it 32 pixel round. For the color we will be using this deep green, and let's leave it for now. Okay, now let's work on the title. For the title we have select text tool and click. So this is the title, and as we can see here is our title. Let's turn on grid, make it h1, make this dark color. Let's leave one column between image and title section, and this is looking perfect. So this is title of product, and now let's create description. So for the description we will be using body regular, and let's type for description. For the price, just duplicate this text again and make it body large, unlink this and make it bold. So let's type the actual price of the product, which is 4999, and this is our price. Now we need to create button. So for the button, let's type, convert it to auto layout. Let's click on this pill and assign this green color, make it full round. For the left and right fading, let's use 48 and 24 from top and bottom. Let's make this light color. So this is our button. Let's quickly rename this and convert this to component by pressing option command K. And as we can see here, we have created our component, and let's click on this plus to add variant. So this is variant 2. Let's make this primary, secondary. type. Okay, so for the secondary, let's remove pill and assign stroke. For the stroke, we will be using the same green, make it 2, and let's make this green. This is looking great. Now let's simply drag this to outside of the canvas, and here as we can see body regular, we will see if body regular is big, so we will make it small. So now we have 2 buttons created. Convert it to auto layout and make it 32. This one will be secondary button. Let's change the text to buy now. For the spacing, let's use 24. Okay, so this is our button. Now let's work on the product image section. Okay, so for seal effect, let's zoom in and select our text tool. Now let's simply type our logo name, which is nature seat. Let's select small text, make it dark, and quickly unlink this. Click and make it uppercase. Add some letter spacing, so let's try 20. Okay, and let's copy the text, paste it again, and now as we can see we have our logo text. Now we need circle, so press O on the keyboard and click create ellipse. Select both, command / and we will be using this plugin to path select and link. Now let's simply press command and select circle. Let's make it this neutral color. Now we need an arrow icon, so for the arrow icon we will be using the same plugin Feather icon, and as you can see here we have this arrow, so select command X and paste it here. Now center line option VH. Let's zoom in. As we can see for the stroke width, let's make it 2. We need very thin. Okay, and make it the same color. Let's try slightly smaller. Okay, so this is looking perfect. Now press command X on the keyboard, paste it here inside our product image and center line. Okay, so this is looking perfect, and as we can see we have created our hero section of the product, and now we need to work on the detail section, and then we will move to customer reviews and related product section. Okay, so let's start and create our product detail section. For this, first we need to increase our artboard height, so let's select our artboard and let's type 3000. Next we need to duplicate our H1 title, so by pressing option key, and let's simply create copy. Now let's quickly change to H2, and here I have already typed the text, so I will select title, which is product detail, and let's paste it here. Okay, let's add some spacing, so 24 is fine. Let's turn on grid and make sure that we are aligned with the grid, and next we need to duplicate our text again, and now we know the shortcut. By pressing option key we can make duplicate and copy, so this time let's properly align this and make it 24 by nudging keys, so we can make it 24. Perfect. This time we need to make this, copy the same line here, paste it here. So for the material I will simply this is already assigned body regular, and which is regular font, and we need bold font. So for the bold I will simply press command B and it will override the regular and it will make it bold. So inside parentheses, as we can see, this is bold. Okay, now as we can see for the buttons I am thinking that we can make it bold, so here created component, so select both component. Here as we can see this is body regular, make it command B and it will make it override. This is perfect. So let's check this and it is bold. Now for this text we remove our style, so let's simply again select body large and make it command B to make it bold. So now we can simply, instead of creating another style for the bold, we can reuse our style. Now let's duplicate these both texts here and align it to this section, and this will be a product. As we can see here is our size and dimension. Instead of H2 I will be using H4. Let's copy the text. We have the text. Okay, so here is size and dimension. Let's remove full colon. Here we will first select these text, command C, paste it here. Now for the height, simply select our height, command C, double click. Okay, so let's make it small, so body small 14 and make it command B, okay, to make it bold. And now duplicate it again, select both and let's make it auto width. And for this we need to remove bold property, so press command B again, and as we can see here is now 36 inch. So let's make it 36 inch. Again let's make it body small. So this is title and this is value of the property. So again select frame tool by pressing F key on the keyboard. 100 by 100 rectangle created. Let's make it 80. Let's assign the stroke, so make it warm brown. here we will simply make it 16. Okay, make it width 2 and 80 is fine. Now inside frame, draw a line. So for the height we will be using straight line 90-degree. Option VH to center line and select or stroke color, then where 2 is fine. And now we need line arrow, so to the start and the end of the line. Okay, option VH again to properly align this. And now as we can see, press auto layout by shift A and let's make it 16. Okay, so let's select this text and center line. So this is our height. Now we need to create our width and depth. So I will make the process speed up because these are the repeating process. Okay, so now let's quickly adjust arrow direction. So for the width, let's check this transform and make it 0. Okay, so this is the width. And for the depth, let's make it minus 135. So this is the depth. And as we can see, here is our section for size and dimension. And now we need to simply create these two properties like sustainable wood, ergonomic design, and handmade. So for this, I will be reusing this property. So let's duplicate this. So these are not the buttons style, so let's first detach this because I don't want to mess with our original components. So these are like properties. So for the size, let's make it body small and remove the bold. Now let's adjust auto layout, but first let's change the color. So let's make it this brown color, unlink, and let's drop the opacity to maybe 20%. Okay, and select subtext. Let's try warm brown. Okay, so let's make dark color. For the height, 16 is fine. Let's make it 24. Okay, so this is another property. So first let's convert this to component by option command K, and now let's duplicate this command D. Let's quickly assign proper text. So for the text, and okay, so now we need to select our features. So these three features, and make sure that it is hug content and both height and width are hug content. Okay, now press shift A and convert it to auto layout, make it horizontal, and let's make sure that it is hug content. Select the inside content and make it hug content. For the spacing, let's make it 8. Okay, and for the height, let's make it 8, and let's try to make it 16, and make sure that it is body small because these are the features, so we don't need that much prominent features. Okay, so let's place master component here and let's rename this to features. Now select this section and convert it to auto layout, and let's try 32. Select these features for size and dimension and make it 32 space, and here we will also make it 32. Now select both section and convert to auto layout. Okay, so now as we can see, our product detail section is completed. Everything is looking perfect. Okay, so now let's work on the customer review section. So let's again copy the same title H1 and duplicate. Okay, so let's make it H2, and let's quickly change the text to customer reviews. And next we need to create our username and then a verified badge. So for this, let's duplicate this again and make it H4. So this will be username, which is JND, and let's make it auto width for both. Now let's duplicate this again, and for this text, let's make it body small. Let's type. For this verified purchase, let's create a small badge. So select star shape. Okay, click. Let's quickly change the size to 24 and make it 8. Now let's manually modify this to make it something like this. Okay, and round the corner. So let's try 1 or 2. So I think 2 is looking good. Now let's quickly change the color to green, and we need icon. So for the icon, let's use feather icon, and let's select check. Okay, and copy the check, paste here, change the color to this neutral color and press K on the keyboard. Make it smaller. So let's check the size, make it 12, press K, and here make it 12. So now select both, option VH, center line, group. As we can see, here is our badge and this is the text. Now select both, auto layout, and make it 8. I think we slightly need to decrease the badge size, so let's make it smaller. This is looking perfect. So 16 by 16 is fine. Next we need comments of the user, so like testimonial of the user. So for this, I have already text, so let's copy the text and paste. Let's change the typography to body large, and here we will simply adjust the width. This is looking perfect, I think. Let's remove double quote from here, and now we need to create our user. So for the user, let's draw ellipse. Let's convert these two to component, auto layout. Let's make it 24 for now. Let's make it 80 by 80. So here we will place our user. Let's try to decrease it to 16 by 60. 16 by 16 is fine. And for this user, let's run again plugin, and here is user profile. So select, we need female, option command C and option command V. Delete this. Now as we can see, here is our user. So let's slightly decrease the height, so let's make it 64 by 64. Select both, convert to auto layout. Let's make it 24. Now select testimonial and customer reviews title, convert to auto layout. Let's try 48. Now select this text and the review. For this gap, let's try to use 32. Now we need star shape, so we can use this star and use it for our design. Okay, select, let's make it 32 by 32. Okay, make it yellow. Now let's simply convert this to auto layout and repeat 5 times. Okay, slightly need to be smaller, so let's try 24 and press command X. Select this auto layout frame, okay, the inside one, and paste it. So here is our reviews. Now we need again to add some spacing here, so let's try add some spacing. Let's stick with 48 by 48 for the top and bottom. Okay, and let's apply pale color. Let's use, select the inside text and make it light. Okay, turn on our grid. Let's round the corner. So let's see, let's check the roundness of this frame, which is 32, and here is 40, so let's make it 32. Okay, so let's change top and bottom padding to 64. Okay, and from the left and right, let's make it 96. Let's make this dark, and as you can see, here is our user. So let's change the user image quickly. As we can see, our customer review section, so this is looking now perfect. Okay, so now let's quickly review our product section in wireframe. So here is title and 3 product. One is for tables, tool and site table. Create a UI design for this section. So let's first duplicate product title, so let's place it here. Next we need to change it to h2, and let's simply rename this to and make it auto width. Now let's turn on grid first, then select rectangle, click. Now press K on the keyboard and make it 3 column wide, something like this. Now let's change height manually, so make it 350. For corner radius, let's make it 32. Make it dark so that we can easily see the. Now select rectangle tool again, click and select rectangle. So let's use 64 by 64. Now select both, click here on these 3 dots and make it subtract selection. Now we need to select again our main frame and add some corner radius here. So let's see, I think 24 is looking good, so let's use 24. So here is our round corner, and now here we need to create arrow. So for the arrow, again we need to select frame by pressing F key on the keyboard, and let's simply apply stroke. So let's make it this color. Okay, now let's make it 2. For now we will adjust it later, so make it 100. And for this size, let's try 64. As you can see, 64 is slightly bigger, so let's adjust this to make it 56. Okay, so for the stroke we need to make it 1, and let's again run the plugin feather icon, and we will be using this icon again. Okay, so select, this time we need to reduce the width to 1%, 1 pixel, sorry, and make it this color. Command X and paste it here. Center line, slightly increase width and height, so lock aspect ratio 40 by 40 is looking good. Select this, turn on grid and duplicate 3 times. Okay, so this is looking perfect. Now we need to increase the width of the center one, so let's make it that much width. Okay, select both item and Okay, so this is looking perfect, and now let's apply images. Okay, now plugin time. So this time we will be using Pixel. So let's click and run the plugin and search for wood table. Okay, this is looking perfect, so let's use this image, and this is looking perfect. Now we need again to select all these three images. Okay, no, let's click on separate image and bring this fill to the top, change the color, make it green, make it 50% green, select this image. Okay, so this is our related product section. Now we need to select this and make it group. Okay, so now select these and convert it to auto layout and make it 32, related product and make it 48. Okay, and for this section let's try 96, and here we also need to add 96. Looking perfect, and this is our related product section. Okay, so now it's time to create our sticky footer. So for this we need again to select our title text, and let's copy this button. So let's copy and paste it here. Now we need to ungroup this by shift command G, and let's delete this button. Select these three items, convert it to auto layout. First let's adjust the text, so let's try to use H3. Now let's make it horizontal layout, and let's try instead of fill, let's make it hug content. So as you can see, this is now full width. Let's make this hug content. As we can see, now we have this auto layout center line, and here let's quickly change this, so make it 2-line text. Now we have already created auto layout, so we can assign fill color. So let's make it this dark color. For top and bottom let's make it 32. For left and right let's make it 128, and simply make it width of our document. Now press command key and select this text, make it this light color, make this auto. The spacing is perfect, equally distribute. Okay, now we need to select frame tool by pressing F key on the keyboard. So as we can see, we have created 100 by 100 frame. Let's quickly change the color, so make it this brown color. For the radius let's try 24 for now. So press command X and paste it here. Select both title and frame. Let's try 24. It's looking perfect. Now we need to select our image of the product and paste it here. Let's change this size, option VH, and let's decrease the size. For the roundness, I think 24 is slightly bigger, so let's make it 16, which is looking perfect, and let's place it 96. Let's check the H3 title spacing. So here let's make it 120, or I think 120 looking good, so let's leave it 120, and here is our pricing and add to cart. Okay, so that was today's tutorial, which was day 12, and we designed a single product page inside Figma. And as we can see, here is our sketch, and we designed this beautiful landing page. And let's quickly preview this. So let's see, this was our landing page, which is looking great. Hope you liked the video. Let me know in the comments about your thoughts, and also let me know in the comments about next tutorial, and please like the video and share. Thank you.